nice finish to the week weather-wise here in central and eastern Kentucky on this Friday. Good to see just a few little stray storms primarily across southern Kentucky. A lot of sunshine, of course, that has allowed temperatures to warm up nicely into the upper 80s to right around 90, and it looks like we will return to the 90s, most locations for highs the next few days, and it is looking mainly dry. Most spots for the weekend, so that's good news. Better storm chances organized, similar to what we had a little bit earlier this week. Those should be back as we roll into the mid part of next week. Down toward Campbellsville, Adair County, close to Columbia. That's about the only game in town. Looks like one little lone cell trying to go up there into parts of southeastern Clay County, but upper level high pressure really helping to suppress a lot of the thunderstorm development. The area that had the most activity earlier was across parts of Wayne County around Monticello. These things would pulse up and pulse down across Tennessee, especially western part of the state. Much more organized activity. So nice change of pace, nice break in the action. A lot of sunshine in front of the Montgomery County Courthouse where it's 88. Notice the feel like is only 91, so there's no big spread between the actual air temperature and the feel like, and I think that's what we're looking at for the upcoming weekend. So the moral of the story there, it's not going to be overly humid, nothing off the charts at all for the early part of August. 82 there near McKee in Jackson County, so actually fairly comfortable out into eastern Kentucky, mid 80s here in the bluegrass and points westward, upper 80s, low 90s, dew points nothing crazy, mid to upper 60s, a few 70s here and there, but that's pretty typical again for the early part of August out west. Low 90s, so those will be heading our way, and with those dew points in the 70s and a few spots sneaking around the 100-degree mark. But you got to remember this area when we had that big heat wave at the end of July, daily heat index values 105, 110 plus. So not looking at anything like that at all in the coming days. Area of low pressure off the eastern seaboard. Cold front across the upper Midwest. We are stuck in the middle, which is actually a good place to be. Nice Friday evening to come. Nice way to get the weekend started this evening. And then tomorrow morning, if you're out early, should be fairly comfortable. A little bit on the warm side. We'll be in the mid to upper 60s. And then tomorrow afternoon, temperatures should run toward the 90-degree mark for highs. You see a few little specks here and there. Can't rule out that stray storm. That's pretty typical again for early August, just to have that low end chance daily, even though the chances are fairly low. Notice how the humidity stays fairly level. It does begin to bump up a bit getting into Tuesday and Wednesday. That's because this frontal boundary back here to the west will finally drop in. Until then, we're in good shape. Low 90s, hot, just a stray storm again on Sunday. Don't forget, hydrate, sunscreen, try to find a cool spot when you can. A little bit more of a return flow on Monday, so may see a few more around. Notice how we do increase the chances getting into Tuesday and Wednesday. The aforementioned front, it moves in, but then it puts on the brakes. So it's not going to sweep through and give us any relief from what will be warm / hot air and the humidity. So with the moisture bumping into that front daily through the midweek next week, we're looking at a few scattered showers and storms. I think the coverage will be a bit more, obviously, than what we're looking at this weekend, considering it will be few and far between. Temperature trend, low 90s. Of course, clouds and some storms around. That'll knock us back into the 80s next week. Mostly clear, warm tonight, upper 60s. Coming up tomorrow, a hot day, but again, we can handle it this time of August. Mostly sunny, high of 90 with that stray afternoon storm. Extended forecast here, looking good through the weekend into the early part of next week. Of course, Fayette County Schools back in session for the beginning of the new school year, end of summer break. Some school systems already back, but of course here in Lexington headed back on Wednesday and maybe dealing with a few storms as well with afternoon highs into the upper 80s.